This is Rachel Graham. It is Saturday, May, where are we at? 9th, 2020. Coming to you here from my lovely living room / kitchen area. Not outside today because it's a little too chilly, which is sad and unfortunate. I have a super tasty smoothie that I'm drinking right now. This guy has 1 cup of frozen blueberries, 2 hefty tablespoons of all-natural peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts, about a cup and a little bit of almond milk, and 1 scoop of Quest vanilla whey protein, and 3 ice cubes. That's the one thing I miss a lot about eating prior to low carb is having a banana in my smoothie. So peanut butter, though, gives me that same like creamy factor that I'm missing with the banana. But my favorite smoothie ever is chocolate whey protein with a banana, frozen preferably, and peanut butter. That is just fire. I'm actually going to be ordering a banana extract off Amazon that's all natural, and it doesn't have, well, I shouldn't say all natural, but it doesn't have propylene glycol in it, which is an ingredient in a lot of extracts. So that's pretty dope. So today's video, I'm going to be posting a video tomorrow on like the 23-week baby Graham update. I almost said his real name because we're not releasing that. We're not going to tell anybody. We're not even telling really close family and friends. So I literally almost let it slip. So our baby Graham, because that's our last name, Graham, someone said to me, "Oh, you're naming your baby Graham? That's so cool. What a great name." And I was thinking, do you really think we'd name our child Graham? That's so mean-spirited. So anyways, I will be posting a video about the 23-week update tomorrow, but I just wanted to hop on here because I've been feeling extra excited, and I just wanted to share a couple of fun things. So I do have a little list, and I'm also very excited about my notepad here. Isn't this awesome? Llamas and cacti. And it's like the thickest notepad ever in life. So really stoked about that. And that was $2 from Walmart. Kind of fun. And it came with a miniature pen that who knows if I'll ever use. Let's see if I can get it out. It's kind of cute. Okay, so today I wanted to briefly talk about the home birth and some of the supplies that I've been told that you need for the home water birth, as well as the fact that I've decided to not use a doula because I have a midwife, and I've decided and just kind of asked around, and I think if I have a midwife, I don't need a doula if I'm having a home birth. So if I were still having my birth in the hospital, then I would definitely have a doula, because with the midwife teams that usually operate out of the hospitals, you don't know which one you're going to get depending on who's having their babies when, and you just don't know. So it's good to have a doula with you, because that doula, that person will be with you the entire time and they'll never leave. And that's just a nice kind of supportive person, right, to have with you. But if you have a midwife and you're having a home birth, clearly the midwife's going to be there the whole time. The only disadvantage, because there's one that I can see, to not having a doula with a home birth is that typically the doula would come a little bit sooner than the midwife does. So, but I'm okay with that. Like I'm comfortable with that fact. So not going to go with the doula, sticking with the midwife. It's called Strong Work Birth, something along those lines. Her name is Mary Moore, and she's apparently like one of the like godmothers of midwifery in Madison area. So that's really exciting. That's what somebody told me that uses the other grandmother. Anyways, so I'm excited about that. Bonus. So yeah, home water birth supplies. Let's get out my other book. I'm a books person, I love notebooks, journals. They all have different purposes. I have a bunch of different ones for different things. That's just how I roll. Now let's see. Okay, so these are some of the supplies that I will be getting for my home water birth. And this is based on watching YouTube videos, basically. Other people that have done this, and then also I found this YouTube channel by a midwife team, I guess. And they also have like birthing suites in Nevada, and I just really like their vibe. I'll put a link below. I can't remember the name, but I'll figure it out, see what they're called, and then I'll link them, because I watch like a lot of their videos. And normally if I find a new channel, maybe I'll watch 1 or 2 videos, but every like topic that they did a video on, I wanted to know about. So that was really cool. So it's just this list is a compilation from different YouTube videos and talking to different people. So you will need to purchase the liner for the tub. So the midwife usually, or the doula, I think you can have a doula without a midwife. Yeah, of course you can. You can do whatever you want. But usually they supply the birthing tub, which is awesome. Unless you have a free birth, in which case there's no provider going to be there. Obviously you need to purchase the tub yourself. But I will be using a midwife. She will bring the tub. I will provide the liner. Obviously that's to keep things clean and sanitary. So, obviously they clean out the tub as well, but there's that extra layer of protection. You also need a hose. So it's got to be a drinking water hose, and it has to be lead free. So apparently these are pretty inexpensive, and this is how the tub is filled and then how the tub is drained. So that is very key. Cheap sheets, that's another super important thing, because obviously my plan is to give birth in the water, but who knows, maybe when it comes down to it, for some reason, I'll feel the need to get out of the water and end up having the baby on our bed. Clearly, I don't want to F up our like $2,500 new bed with any sort of fluids. So on top of getting the cheap sheets, we also have a mattress protector that's on there. But what I would also do is take a vinyl tablecloth and turn it upside down. So the plastic part is on the outside, put that under the mattress protector over top, cheap sheets over top of that, just to be on the safe side. And then you also need another couple of vinyl tablecloths flipped upside down if you have carpeting. And as you can see, we have carpeting in our bedroom. That's our bedroom right there. But I do have some news actually about this particular dwelling, because that's going to be changing. But we still will have carpet in the new dwelling. So that's so if the tub is in the living room and I get out of the tub and go to the bedroom, I'm not going to be soaking the carpet along the way. Chucks pads. These have also been highly recommended for the floor and for the bed as well. So maybe I won't need the tablecloth for the bed then. Paperwork for the birth certificate. It's essential. Trash bags, Ziploc bags. Not really, there's going to be garbage, I'm sure. Whatever birth kit they recommend. So usually the midwife will say, this is the package I'd like you to purchase, and it has items that she specifically likes to use. So I'll be getting that. And these are some interesting things. Witch hazel. So you basically make your own pads, I guess, that are soaked in witch hazel that you then freeze and pop in your undergarments after the event has transpired to help with just relieving swelling. And apparently it's very, very nice to have those. And you literally put them on a cookie sheet and just make your own popsicle maxi pads with witch hazel. So I'm excited about that. That sounds really fun. But then I also watched a YouTube video where she recommended to try these. It's called Parody Jell Perennial Cold Packs. And I looked it up on the website, and Parody is spelled P-A-R-I-D-A-Y. And they're $34.50 for a package. And they're cold packs, and they're more pliable. If you envision freezing a maxi pad with witch hazel and water, I imagine it would be a little on the stiff side, a little crunchy. That may not be super comfortable in the region that it's going to be housed, but who knows? Maybe it's you don't even care at that point, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to have both, just in case. Alcohol wipes are necessary to clean the umbilical cord, and why not have some alcohol wipes around? Vitamin D drops. This is something that this YouTuber recommended for the baby. If the baby isn't going to be like going out into the sun in the next week or so, I guess after birth, it's good to like give the baby a boost of vitamin D. I'm not sure. I'm going to like research that a little more. But I guess it can't hurt to have more vitamin D, right? Mittens and hats for the baby, which is just so funny to me that it wears mittens. I mean, and I know they have sharp little nails, but it's just kind of funny, like, to picture this little sack of potatoes with little mittens on. A footprinting kit. This is something I literally never would have thought of if it wasn't for YouTube. Definitely want to have footprints. That would be super cool. So they have these little footprinting kits you can get. Mesh panties. They say these usually come in the birth kit that the midwife suggests, but sometimes they don't. So you'd want to have something like that around. Washcloths. So this idea I really liked. She soaked her washcloths in lavender and warm water and just had them ready. Or she had like some warm water with lavender like on the stove and then was able to like soak the washcloths and use those to like calm herself and, you know, as like a nice like relieving, soothing thing to have. And I really like that idea. Obviously a huge stack of towels. And then some other personal items that this particular YouTuber recommended. And I'll also put her link down below because I've literally taken everything pretty much from her. Waterproof headphones, definitely a thing. I don't know how I'm going to feel in terms of like, will I want to like blast music over the speakers or will I want music in my headphones? Because sometimes, I don't know, I'm more of like an on the speakers kind of person. But then again, maybe I just want to be in my own world and don't really want anybody, I don't know, don't want the environment to be disturbed. Like if it's gone on for hours and hours and hours and Sean's like trying to sleep or something, then clearly I should have some headphones and they should be waterproof because hopefully I'll be in the tub. Music is super important to me to have during this time and just in general. So it's like, of course I'm going to have music when I'm giving birth, going through labor. It's like, what kind of music will I want to hear? I mean, I'm like super specific when it comes to music on just regular days. Never mind when I'm going through like this crazy transformative experience that I've never done before. But I'm thinking like I'll really like kind of like more like ambient, like low frequency, like super chill drum and bass maybe, or like more tribal kind of like sounds, like I really like drums, like really tribal drums, but like very soothing. I'm gonna try to like put a playlist together like sooner than later, so I can kind of play for you guys what I'm thinking. But just in terms of like going into sort of like a trance-like state, a rhythmic sort of like drum beat that would just be sort of like relaxing, but also like really heavy. I love heavy bass lines, so probably some sub bass will be involved. I was actually thinking about making some of my own tracks. I did buy an audio software program, a digital audio workstation, and I have a lot of different tools. I have a microphone and I have a MIDI keyboard, and I think it would be cool to make some tracks that I just made for myself with just different ambient sounds. And that's something that I'm going to be working on music in general, just for my own, you know, creative kind of expression, starting this coming week, because I am officially done my final semester of nursing prerequisites this coming Thursday. So that is like literally mind-blowing, and as long as everything goes well and I pass my classes, then I am good to go, and I'm done school until literally January of 2021, because I'm taking this coming semester off, obviously, because I'm having a baby. So music is super, 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 super key. Also, I feel like when I work out, I need to listen to metal and like super heavy music, Like Children About 'Em is one of my favorites for working out. I like Bullet for My Valentine too. Even just like old school like metal, like Metallica and Megadeth, I also really like. And as weird as it sounds, I might really want to listen to something really heavy because I feel like when I'm lifting weights or just had a rough day or something, the heavier the music, usually the better to make me feel happier. You can just kind of like sink into the heaviness of the music and lose yourself in it. And that's what I really, really like about it. I definitely do not see myself wanting to listen to any hip hop or rap. That just doesn't suit the vibe. Even like Enigma. Like, I don't know if you guys are old like me and you remember Enigma, or like Enya, the soundtrack to the movie The Beach. Probably take some ones off there. Some Moby, some Massive Attack, some more Chiba, and even some classical music. Like when I'm like studying, I haven't done it in a while, but I would listen to Vivaldi. I really like Vivaldi. I love violins. And then also like jazz can sometimes put me in like an interesting mood, like Chet Baker. I really like B.B. King, but that to me isn't as like, I don't know. I feel like that's what I envision more of, like what you're going to cook dinner and listen to some B.B. King and drink a glass of wine. It doesn't really fit with like the vision I have of like how I'm going to feel when the birth is happening. So probably just more ambient music, to be honest. Moving on. Target bras. She gave her really like a brand that she really likes from Target for bras. And then this kind of segued into this whole other avenue, which is, what do you wear? And for most individuals, they might say, well, you're naked because you're having a baby. And if you're going to be in the water, then you're especially naked. Not so much for this gal. I'm not a naked person, meaning I'm home alone currently and I'm fully clothed, whether it's 80 degrees in here or whatever the case may be. I do not like to be underdressed. I just like the feeling of clothing on my body. I like to feel cozy. It's just like just a thing. Like I've always just not enjoyed to be naked. So having said that, I'm obviously going to be wearing like more of like a bathing suit situation in the birthing tub, but I want a super cute top. And I've seen quite a few cute tops in terms of like the pattern and the colors will be really fun, but then I don't like the style. And it can't be just like a sports bra because I want to be able to have skin to skin with the baby as soon as he's out. And I don't have to be like struggling to get my shirt off. So there is like a brand that makes, it's an Etsy company actually, and she makes these really like easy to remove, very soft birthing kind of outfits. But there's aspects of them I just don't really like. And if I'm going to spend money on a birthing outfit, I want to actually really like it. So I'll probably end up getting just like a simple bikini top, like probably just a like a band style that can easily just be like flipped down essentially. And then there is a brand called Savage Swim that I follow on Instagram, and I messaged her about potentially making me a birthing skirt because she has really cute bikini tops, and they are really fun patterns. And I want something fun. I'm typically wearing black. I do like animal prints, so I have that, which I normally just like you can see wear with black. And I like colors, like I like neons, and I like that friggin' ice machine scares the shit out of me. Ooh, I literally got shivers down my spine. So I do like prints and I do like colors. I just typically don't wear them in my wardrobe because I feel like they look weird on me. So just like accents. But for some reason for this experience, I don't want to wear black. I don't want to wear like olive. I don't want to wear khaki. I don't want to wear white or blue or purple. Like it's just so boring. I want to wear something really awesome. So just like it's exciting to pick your wedding dress, it's very exciting for me to pick my water birthing outfit. It seems ridiculous, but it's not. It's awesome. Also, I'm going to be filming it, so I'm not going to be naked for those reasons because I do want to be able to put it on my YouTube channel. Mm. And the birthing skirt basically has to have like 2 slits right up the side, so you can literally give birth in the friggin' skirt. And I just think it would be really comfortable for me. So it's not about like what's gonna look cute, and it isn't all about being appropriate for the internet. It's really more about knowing myself, knowing even with a midwife here and just Sean, I wouldn't feel comfortable being completely naked. I just wouldn't. So acknowledging that fact. So I will keep you posted on whether the girl from Savage Swim, I asked what her turnaround time is, because I'm not due until September 6th, so that is quite a few months away, because I'd really like to order something from her. She's based in Florida, and her stuff is just really fun. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Okay. After Ease is a product for cramps after labor. I'm guessing it's essential oils. I forget. I didn't write that down, which is weird, and I didn't write the brand. The name After Ease may be the brand, but I have a feeling it's an essential oil brand. So anyways, something that people don't really talk about too much, cramps after labor. And I've literally heard people say it's worse than labor itself, and I'm like, why is this not talked about more? But I guess it's one of those things that like, you have your baby and it's like this amazing thing to have this new human in the world. So, do you really need to worry so much about, the cramps after the fact? It's just kind of like, it is what it is. You made it through the birth. You have a healthy baby. Who really cares? But apparently this After Ease really, really helps with that. Coconut oil. I don't remember exactly why she recommended this. Maybe just to like, for the skin and keeping things lubricated. I'll have to like rewatch the video as to why she recommended coconut oil, but I'm pretty sure it was just to like, coconut oil is a great thing to have for your skin. Lancinel gels for your nipples. Lancinel. So I guess, yeah, your nipples, that's a whole other situation. Those get pretty cracked up and a little bit uncomfortable, so I hear. So you definitely want to have some sort of cream, and there's cooling gels and all sorts of things for the nipples. So I'm going to have to get something like that. And then to have just some general essential oils that were recommended, witch hazel, lavender, and clary sage were the top 3 kind of across the board that I've seen recommended for just like relaxing. Clary sage has a specific purpose, and I can't remember what it is. I think it was maybe to like get the labor going or something. I'll have to research clary sage again. But you can also like soak in a bath with essential oils. And then to have a microwavable rice heating pad. That is something I need like now. My lower back, and I've said it in other videos, that's like the only real pregnancy symptom that I have in my 2nd trimester. My back is just, it's achy. Literally just about this much in my lower back. Exercise makes it actually feel better. Like immediately after exercise, my back feels really good for a few hours, and then now it's like 4 o'clock, so it's starting to feel achy again. I worked out earlier in the morning, so that kind of makes sense. But definitely want to get a rice heating pad. Dermaplast spray. So this apparently, it just numbs the vaginal area. So if there's like swelling, if there's been any tearing, the Dermaplast, that's I guess what they use in the hospital. And you just spray that on there and numb it out. So not looking forward to that. But I've also heard a lot of people say that like with the home birth situation, especially a water birth, you won't necessarily even tear. I'm not holding my breath. The areas are very sensitive on this human being. So I'm literally guaranteed I probably will tear. And I've just come to terms with that. It's fine. I'll deal with it. I was kind of intrigued by like, do you need stitches if it's like a super minor tear? And the answer to that is no. Your body actually will heal it up pretty quickly without stitches. And I think about even just like, I used to have a tongue piercing and I took it out, and then like 24 hours later it was healed up. and like you have a cut on your cheek, and if you've ever bit your cheek, in like 2 days it's 100% gone. And the tissue inside of your mouth is similar to that tissue. And so I feel like it's one of those areas that Mother Nature, like, speedy healing, okay? So I'm not too worried about that. Did I say big pads? You need big pads. Also, a Perennial bottle. Frida Baby is apparently the best one because you don't need to like really like maneuver with your arm, because it's the way it's shaped. You just hold the bottle straight down and spray. And that is because you don't want to be wiping your vagina, because it's probably sore. It's probably, it could have some tearing. So you don't want to be taking scratchy paper and trying to wipe yourself after going to the bathroom. So this apparently is just wonderful. You just spray it on and then just pat dry and you're good to go. We've covered a lot here, you guys. Okay, Clara Germ spray. This is another after birth. This is a Young Living product, and it's super expensive at $66.25. But when you're buying quality, you spend a little extra money on it. And good quality essential oils, I think, fall into the category of well worth it. So I'll probably get that. Jasmine is one to use when contractions slow. So cool. Again, this is some more geranium. I don't know what the use for that is. And then a lavender cooling mist. So this particular YouTuber obviously sells Young Living oils because it's another Young Living product. And she said she would spritz that lavender cooling mist just, on her face when she was overheated from labor. So that's super cool. And that was my list that I put together. I wrote down the name of two of the, water birthing, outfits, companies, Cobietta, labor and delivery skirt, and a matching bandeau top. That one was pretty cute. And then the other brand that this YouTuber, the one that sells Young Living, recommended was Gracefully Birthed. And those were the ones that I initially mentioned, that they were all right, but I feel like it just wasn't 100% what I'm thinking in my brain. So I wish I could sew and I would just make my own. But yeah, so that is my list that I have so far about what I'm going to need for my home birth in terms of supplies. And what else did I want to talk about? Just briefly, because I'm already at 27 minutes here, I just wanted to say that I started a childbirthing class. And I wish it was in person, but it's not. But it started last Wednesday. And there's 7 people in the group, couples, and it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about it. So 8 total. Sean just wasn't on the last week's meeting because I didn't know all of the husbands were going to be on the Zoom, because it's a 6:30 to 9 o'clock class, and that's a while. So I thought maybe the first couple classes would just be about just for the ladies, but no, the dudes were there. So Sean will be on it this week. I've told him to book that off in his calendar. So that's, I think, going to be really, really great. And maybe a part of what I talk about in my weekly update video could be some tidbits about what I learned, because of course I have another book for that class in particular. And basically, they just went over Introduction to Childbirth Education, and they really got pretty intense pretty fast. They talked about some of the hormones involved in birth, and they talked about, so this class isn't specifically for people that are having home births. So there's people that are having hospital births as well. So they talked about the cervical exams and what to expect, and that you have the choice. You don't need to get a cervical exam. When does the water break, and what are things to look for? And then they talked about the stages and phases of labor. And it's interesting because, as I said, I'm finishing up my prerequisites for nursing, and I'm learning, literally the last unit was pregnancy and breastfeeding and birth. So it's pretty cool to learn more layman's terms in this class, and then also the super technical anatomy and physiology of the whole situation in my class. But I'll just tell you a few quick things, because you're probably oh my God, starting to phase out here. But first stage is effacement and dilation. Phase 1 is early labor, and phase 2, so in phase 1 or early labor, that's between 0 and 5 to 6 centimeters of cervical dilation and the effacement and thinning. So that's when the cervix starts to literally like melt. And in that stage, you're still you're very in your thinking brain, as they said. Sort of a distract and deny sort of phase. You can still be texting, you're going to be talking to whoever is there, you're very present and yourself, basically. Phase 2 is active labor, so you are anywhere from 5 to 8 centimeters dilation, but typically 6 to 7. And this is what was really interesting to me, and the tidbit that I'll leave you with. You revert to mammal brain, is what they said. And these are some of the descriptive ways they described it. You go to a meditative place, maybe a sleepy vibe, and they said, don't be afraid of this, lean into this. And you could feel like you're on a drug. So that is really intense and kind of scary, but it's because of more oxytocin and more endorphins. And that's why it's so cool to have a natural birth, because your brain, the hypothalamus, and the anterior pituitary gland are what is producing and secreting the oxytocin, and then there's another hormone as well. But it's really, really cool. Like, your body has the ability to provide you with all of these hormones without actually using synthetic versions of them. So that's pretty effing awesome. So that's all I'm going to tell you guys about the birthing class. There was a lot. I took like 2 pages of notes. So the last thing I kind of want to quickly mention, and then I promise I'll be done, is we've decided to move into a 2-bedroom apartment. So this is something that I didn't really talk about on social media at all, because it's really not that big of a deal, but I had really debated with my family and friends about whether or not to move into a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom apartment. And we were previously staying with some family because we had a different plan, which was to get an RV and live in that. And then we found out we were pregnant, decided that we didn't want to live in an RV, at least not in the first year of having a newborn, just because there was a lot of factors that made us change our minds about it. But as soon as we found out we weren't saving money to buy an RV, we were like, all right, let's get our own place again. Living with family is fine, but it's also, you need your own space when you're in your mid-30s. It was a nice idea, but anywho, so we moved into this awesome 1-bedroom. But we've been here for about 2 months, and it's just too small. And that's just with Sean and I and our dog. So it's as you can see, it's very open concept. Like, this is the kitchen. That door right there is the washer dryer. That door is the bathroom. That door is our bedroom. And this is the living room. And there's a balcony out that way. And that's really the entire apartment. Like, what you see is what you get. See that big clock back there? That's where the closet is. And the closet walks through from the bedroom to the bathroom. So there's no door on the closet. There's a door from the bathroom, but not from the bedroom. The bedroom is teeny tiny. We got a king-size bed, which we desperately needed after 10 years of a rumpled queen-size mattress. We were like, okay, we deserve and need a king-size bed at this point, and it's been amazing. But it just barely fits in the room, and our big plan was to have the baby stuff in our room, but there's hardly any space, really, around the bed. And it just feels cramped. Like, when Sean's in the living room, he likes playing video games in the evening. And, I'm sitting here, and he's, like, right there playing NHL hockey or Call of Duty and talking on his headset. And it's just, there's nowhere for me to go, and there's nowhere for him to go. So we're just literally here together, and we're on kind of different wavelengths with our hobbies and stuff. So it just doesn't, I need a place to go. And it'll be nice to decorate a space for the baby, even if it is in a corner of our master bedroom in the 2-bedroom, which is like 3 times as big as that one. So next Friday, we actually move into the 2-bedroom. So I'm super excited, and now we're at 34 minutes, so I apologize for the really long video. I will post those links below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with a much shorter update on 23 weeks. Talk to you soon. Bye.